And welcome to the review section of Unit 8. And to give you a summary of what the unit talks about, as we mentioned earlier, it's in regards to Uber and Lyft and these companies facing a new law change in California in the US, where the law is stating that they have to treat these independent contractors as new employees. But Uber and Lyft obviously disagree because they see themselves as a on-demand service where they just facilitate the transaction between the person who is requesting a ride and the driver. So they just take a portion of that fee that's paid and they, have a service through the application. They're not a traditional employer-employee kind of structure. On demand.
On demand.
Facilitate.
Facilitate.
Do you think that this gig economy will be important in the future, or do you think it'll change?
I think it will be important.
Okay.
There will always be people that want a side hustle and who want to make a few extra, dollars, as you would say. I think some aspects might change, but I think this is something that won't go away. And it's not a new thing either. The form has just changed. People have always been doing a little something on the sidelines.
Right.
So yes, I think it will still be quite important in the future. What do you think?
Well, I absolutely agree with you. I think that some of the changes that have been made in the last year has kind of been a more focus on clarifying or scrutinizing the drivers, making sure with the FBI that they're actually safe.
Right, the
they have no
legality
history.
of things as well.
This way, for really drunk people at night or people late wanting to get home, there's some way that they can get home safely and securely through this application.
Right.
So I think that's already a change that's made.
For sure.
Yeah. But in addition to good salary, healthcare, and all these benefits, what are some of the more important compensations for full-time workers?
So as you mentioned benefits, I do feel permanent employees and full-time workers, they feel they're entitled to some benefits.
Right. Entitle.
Entitle. Let's say medical aid in South Africa, healthcare, as you would say. I think in America you guys call it healthcare.
Yeah, just
right?
healthcare.
Okay, we call it medical aid. Medical aid, you want some extra holidays. Sometimes companies offer extra added incentives. Like the work car, cell phones, etc., etc. I think medical aid and pension are two of the most important benefits. Yes, personally.
Yeah, I mean, you never know when you're going to get sick. And you always want to save for the future.
Right.
So those two are very, very important. But as you mentioned, people in this full-time work capacity do sometimes feel entitled to something. Which, I think in some ways, rightfully so, women are entitled to, maternity leave. That's something I think workers should be entitled to. You have to raise a kid.
Right.
But only at the big companies do they really allow that.
That's a thing, yes. Smaller ones, not so much.
Yeah, it's very hard on them financially.
Yes.
So, well, thank you for joining us for this unit, and we hope to see you on the next one.